Good evening. We're back working on this room again. We need to take out some of this windowsill tile and get ready to do more drywall work. We've got quite a bit to do and not a whole lot of time to do it. We're taking out this tile here. It's already been damaged in the past. You can see there's some chips right there. So it's already pretty hashed. And just to see, I did pound on this little section here just to break that tile up and see kind of what's under it and how it's connected in. And it looks like there's just a little bit of thin set mortar, and we just need to chisel these things out. Once we get all this stuff chiseled out, we are going to be able to put in our drywall and then finish up with some wood trim around this window and kind of clean up the look of it in general. There's not much to it, but to do it, I did run over to Home Depot and I got myself a chisel here, and I've already got hammers, so we should be good to go. Probably the only thing I'm going to say is, we need some more and better lighting. So just a little bit of extra lighting I think will help this situation, and we can get started. And I'm going to tell you what the challenge is here, and it might be kind of hard to see, but part of the challenge here is these tiles are original to the house, I'm pretty sure, and they were always on the windowsill. And when they framed in or measured in these, new windows, these probably are from the late 90s. The company that did it, they sized the window to, the trim, including this, tile here. They didn't actually size it to the frame or where the wood is, or even the drywall. So, there's a little bit of a challenge here in being able to get this stuff out. There is going to be a pretty big air gap here that we're going to need to fill in with some foam. We just need to keep hammering away and get this kind of cleared out. I might also need to get something for this light to sit on, because again, I really need a little bit more light in here than what I'm getting, so we'll see. It looks like they've got some wire mixed in with this. I've taken this tile trim out in other places of the house, and that was not there. So That's interesting. Looks like maybe there's caulking in the back that's holding it. Let's try and cut through that. All right, well, let's cut that some more. Let's see if we can break this tile out. Yeah, and I think this is going to end up coming out as a unit. All of this expanded metal here, chicken wire kind of stuff, is really holding it in the back. So I think I'm going to have to chip away pretty much all of it before I can remove all of this tile. So I'm going to keep chipping away at that and come back. Alright, well, my hopes of taking this all out with one shot are kind of getting dashed here. So I've just gone ahead and smashed up all these tiles to break them off. And I think I'm really just going to end up having to chisel all of this mortar and wire and stuff out like all the way, because it just doesn't want to come easily. What I did is I ran this chisel under the entire length of all this tile to split it up and break it up, and it doesn't want to come out. So everything's loose as far as stuff goes. I've cut away all the caulking. So all that's left is just to hammer this away. So something like that. So, yeah, that's starting to get it. So I think I'm just going to have to take this chisel and just cut this tile all along here. So we'll keep doing that. And I'll pick up with you in a little bit. Alright, I've been hammering away for probably about 10 or 15 minutes, and this is getting pretty close to partially coming out. there's like some staples holding it into the framing. So here's kind of what we're dealing with. You can see kind of like right there, there's a little staple right in the middle of the screen that's holding this part in. Oof, that's pokey. Let's get some gloves. I got some gloves. I've been able to get a lot more of this out. Just prying at it and loosening this metal lath. Like that. So. Try and pry more of this tile out in mortar so I can take the metal out in a bigger piece. Oh yeah. Nice. That's the biggest chunk yet. So. As you can see, there's kind of a gap here. And that is a perfect gap to fill with some trim wood. And it would be really nice to have an actual windowsill here that comes out, you know, from the window, maybe like 4 to 5 inches. I think that would be really nice, and it would also just make a nice little spot to put some stuff in the window if we wanted to. This room in particular is the largest bedroom in the house. Well, that's technically a bedroom. And we may end up putting our master bed against this window. I don't know, we'll see. But if we do, I especially want this to be like pretty airtight, And I also like the idea of pushing the bed a little bit farther away from the wall with the windowsill as well. So I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. I think that is about all for this area. I'm going to have my wife come in here and do all the cleanup, because that's what I have her do on these kinds of projects. Next order of business is to address this closet. So we've already done drywall all the way up to, this stud here. And there's probably one stud here, and then maybe another one sistered in over here. I don't know. We'll have to look and see. But this goes into our closet. This is an exterior facing wall, so we do want to get some insulation in this closet, because there is, quite a bit of cold air that can come in through here. So we need to take out all of this drywall in this area here. And one thing I'm kind of not confident in is how we're going to do that without disturbing too much this drywall that's already up here. If you can see up there, it looks like this drywall that forms, this kind of header here for the closet doors, it is butted up against the surface of this exterior wall drywall. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but this drywall, it moves that way. Ultimately, may not be able to preserve this drywall up here undamaged. And if that's the case, so be it. I really don't know what else to do. I think what we're going to do is get this camera set up to show some of the demolition. And I'm just going to score around this. Like we're coming in chunks. There's a larger one. Okay, it looks like there's a stud that's here along the edge of the closet. Okay, so that came out. Okay, I think I can take this out. So, I think we're getting to the point where we need to focus our attention on this closet shelf. This is not going to make it. And then there's this wooden trim. It needs to come out. Let's make sure score that. Shelf out. Reconfigure here. So now So here we are. Got a lot of this removed. Looks like there's a seam in the drywall here. And this corner back here in the closet turned out really well. We got all the shelving out. There's that little thing over there we need to get. But yeah, this is all external wall, and we just need to start getting the rest of this drywall out, which should be pretty easy. And we can start putting in some insulation. So let's chest mount. Oh yeah, all this is just hinging off. It's hinging off like a door. All right, that's a pretty decent chunk. all of this is coming apart really nice. So there we are with our little corner all cleaned out. We just need to come in and take out some of these little drywall bits and these nails. And we can start putting in some insulation. Got this little cat's paw to help us. Let's see. Looks like the construction guy's not put a lot of nails over here. Someone's head is. More here. I don't see any more. So I think we are good to go. I don't see any down there. So I think tonight the last thing that we are going to do is some insulation. And we do need to measure out our height for our insulation, which looks like it should be 88 inches. So what I'm going to do is we're going to measure out 88 inches on this floor here and mark it. Okay. So that's roughly 88 inches. That's close enough for me. And what we can do is we can roll out our insulation against the wall, and then we know that's our height. Do we have enough insulation to finish this job tonight? And we should do a little sweeping here so we don't get a ton of crap inside our insulation. So this insulation is a little bit too tall. We'll come in here and give it a little cut. Okay. Full stud here. so that's piece number one. The rest of these pieces, it's going to be like cut and smushed insulation. I've got some sections here. I think that we can make them fit. And I'm just cramming that up in there. And I think if we cut this in half lengthwise, we'll fit. Oh, and also, I want you to look at this. Does something seem a little off about this to you? I, unbeknownst to me, bought a defective tool. So we have a square and we hold it up here, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little gap. Let's see if you can see it. It's probably over the 6-inch square, like a 1/16 of an inch. But you can kind of see there's a gap there where there really shouldn't be. So I need to fix this and either just turn it into a straight ruler, or maybe I can draw out these rivets and like fix it and adjust it so it's proper. But anyway, we can at least use it as a straight edge to cut. So that's roughly half. I don't know, this probably isn't the best way of cutting insulation. I've tried. I've got these really gnarly Milwaukee scissors that'll do this too, but I don't know. If you've got a better way of cutting insulation, post it in the comments. I'd like to hear about it. Like we got this fitting pretty good here. Okay, and then what do we need? About 38 inches. Oh, looks like we got our nail down there too. All right. We are just about out of insulation. So, I do have this attic insulation. It does not have a vapor barrier on it. What to do, what to do, what to do. Man, I kind of don't want to spend 30 bucks just for that one little section. But I know it's important. I think a little bit of attic insulation isn't going to kill anybody. Okay. Kind of poked myself there. I think for this, the scissors are going to work best. All right. All right, you see anything wrong with that? I mean, there's probably a lot, but good enough for me. All right, we got a decent amount in there. So what we've got to do is fold and staple this paper. Oh, we're out, I think. Yep. So there we go, ready for some sheets of drywall. I am down to a single sheet, and I have a much better made T-square to help me get it all laid out. I think that'll be it for today though, and we will pick up a little bit later with some more drywall. But for now, we are all done with all of our insulation and everything. And we've just got to put up more drywall and then start taping. I've also got to do something about this ceiling. I might have mentioned in a previous video, but there was some water damage when I was redoing my roof. There was a freak rainstorm that happened in the middle of June that completely drooped this section. I think it was hanging down like 6 or 8 inches or something like that. And so I had to replace all of that, put a bunch of attic insulation back in, and all of that. So all of this ceiling texture that you see up here is going to get removed or mudded over, whatever, and repaired. So I'm not keeping any of that, and all of this needs to be mudded over, taped up, gap filled, and then we can start priming and painting. So I think that wraps it up for a video on this for now. We'll pick up some more of the drywall work and other stuff in another video. And again, I am definitely not telling you what you should do. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm just an average homeowner kind of guy doing some stuff here. So if you want to see more, come back for more. You can watch me fuck up some more stuff. So see you guys later. Bye.